Today we continue with our class laws of Yom Tov. And we start with Sefer Chofetz Chaim. And today's big topic is the same for the victim's benefit, but today's topic is verbal abuse. It is permissible to speak negatively about someone who was guilty of verbal abuse in order to comfort his victim. The pain and humiliation caused by insulting speech can be minimized by pointing out to the victim that the perpetrator lacks the intelligence or discretion, and that the people do not take him seriously. So let's read one more time and we're going to explain. It is permitted to speak negatively about someone who was guilty of verbal abuse in order to comfort the victim. Right, so somebody yell at somebody, like I don't know, a boss or something, like people. Some people have, as they say, short fuse, but it's only like I had this confrontation with someone, but this guy, he's like very like bully, but he's bully only on the people who is weaker than him. But I push him back so hard, he was like taken aback. And he started talking to other people and saying, no, he didn't talk to me well. No, he's not, I'm not nice. All of these things, yeah. You understand? So, but some people, when the guy like this is talk to them like down, like they get very offended and upset. And some people even can get sick. And I have had a student like that. Some low life, like humiliated this person. And this person felt like physically sick, which is crazy, right? So of course you're allowed to speak bad about this clown. The pain and humiliation caused by insulting speech can be minimized by pointing out to the victim that the perpetrator lacks intelligence. And usually, like, people is like, why would you humiliate somebody? Unless somebody is, I don't know, some known Rasha or something, but otherwise, absolutely not. Right, or discretion, and people do not take him seriously. Okay, so usually it helps. Just make try to make fun of it, and that's it, right? At the later point in time, it would be important to help the victim to understand the nature of the problem of the perpetrator, so that he can learn how to deal with that person and prevent occurrence in such an incident. Right, so of course we have to understand the person. I mean, if we know the issue, if we know that person, the perpetrator, as they call him, if it's in a work environment, so you have to know how to deal with that, or in a personal life, right? Your neighbor, you this, you that. So yeah. Okay, so we stop here. So our topic is Melachos permitted for Ocheil Nefesh. So Ocheil Nefesh, we said that whatever is required for a person to eat. But we're going to see not only to eat, but for other things. So let me quickly read the verse. So the verse says, so all of our learning was evolved around this verse. No work may be done on them, meaning holidays, except for what must be eaten for any person. That's the key words. That alone may be done for you. Okay, so as you see, for them, for you, so for any person. So from all of these details, we learned a lot. And we left off on a conclusion of this chapter, the chapter number 2. And if somebody found it, it's page number 15. So. Last part is summary of the laws, and we're going to explain. It's like summary of whatever we said last time, which is, I think, very beneficial. That's why I left off here. Although we are permitted to perform melacha for the sake of Ocheil Nefesh, it is clear for a Gemara that this does not apply to all melachas. However, there is dispute concerning this criteria, which melachas are permitted and which is forbidden. Right? So on one hand, it says that you can do whatever is need to be done for a person, for his food, for enjoyment of Yom Tov on one hand, but not everything. and we discussed there were two opinions, Rashi and Rambam, and Rosh and Ran. So it's huge giants on one side and two huge giants on another side. So when people like that have two different opinions, so you know what we do? We don't take any sides, right? We try to do conforming to one opinion and another opinion. So you don't want to be after 120 years staying in the court on heaven, and Rambam said, no, actually I was very clear what to do. So why you didn't follow me, right? Or Rosh or Ran, so okay. So we're trying to go as in the middle of the road, as this Rabbi Simcha Bunim Cohen explained. Okay, so first opinion. According to Rashi and Rabban, we are permitted to do only melachas that could not have been performed equal result before Yom Tov. So that's what we discussed last time, but to remind us, so Rashi and Rabban said, so if you could cook whatever food before the Yom Tov, so you're not allowed to cook on Yom Tov. Right? So, I mean, but some foods, they're not going to be as tasty, right? If you do it before Yom Tov, for example, salad or something. And in the olden days, when they did not have refrigerators, and it was on Shabbos, like in the middle of the summer, when it's very hot and food spoils very fast, so of course they would try to do as close to the Yom Tov as possible, but we're talking about our times, when we have refrigerators. So salad, even if you have refrigerator, it's not good if you do it before, right? It's not going to be as fresh. But if you do meat or you do soup or fish, I mean, you do rice or whatever you do, it's same taste, maybe even better if it stays in like overnight or something. There is no problem. That's what Rashi and Rambam said. Of course, there are exceptions when he did not have time because of the circumstances beyond his control. Somebody got sick. It was a burial that he had to attend. He had to carry the casket. All of this. Somebody got in trouble. He had to help the person. So all of these exceptional circumstances. But as a general rule, Rashi and Rambam said, if you decided that I'm going to be off on the holiday and I'm going to do it on holiday since I'm home anyway, so it's not, so it's absolutely forbidden. That's the first opinion. And second opinion of Rosh and Ran. So it says we are permitted to do only melachas that are normally performed on a small scale, on a daily basis. So that's a difference. So meaning not to prepare for the next day, on a small scale. So meaning. It's not for 2 days, but on a 1 day's basis. Okay. So as I said before, we're going actually according to both of these opinions. We're going to combine in all of these halachos. We're going to combine. Continue. One should abide by the stringencies of both opinions. Oh, here we go. Thus, for the sake of Ocheil Nefesh, one may perform only melachas that are commonly done on a small scale. Right, so for example, nobody the example I think we use, or it's my personal example. I don't remember to do pickling. So nobody pickles like two pickles, right? When you pickle, you do I don't know how many, 5 jars, 6 jars, or no 3, whatever how many, but not 2 pieces. You understand? So that means that it's not allowed to do it on Yom Tov, right? So only things that are done on a small scale, what you cook chicken, you cook soup. Some people cook for 1 day, right? There is no problem. So one more time, one should abide by stringency of both opinions. That for the sake of Ocheil Nefesh, one should perform only melachas that commonly done on a small scale, and only if particular act could not have been done with equal result before the Yom Tov. So besides this vegetable salad and maybe fruit salad, me personally, I don't know too many examples. Other foods can be prepared the day before. There is no problem whatsoever. Continue. With respect to melachas that sometimes performed on a large scale and sometimes performed on a small scale, for example, sorting and grinding. Okay. We may do them only in a small scale, Okay, so we're going to discuss. So sorting is a separate melacha, grinding is a separate melacha, right? It's very interesting, yeah. Sorting and grinding. We may do them only on a small scale. There is to prepare the quantity of food that is normally consumed in one day. So that's it. So if, for example, grinding, what is in grinding? So you need or sifting or something, right? You want to bake fresh bread, right? Fresh bread, of course, it's better than bread from 2 days ago. That's for sure. That's maybe another example, right? So it would be allowed. So even though some people usually do when they do, for example, when they do dough, need dough. So usually they try to do it with a separation of challah. And in order to separate challah, you need a certain amount. So many times they do like much more dough than they need for this specific, let's say, Shabbos, right? They do dough and then froze it, or bake and froze challahs, right? They use it over a period of next 2 or 3 months, for example, right? So since it could be done on a small scale and on a large scale, meaning for one time, right? So you're allowed to do it on a small scale. So that's the practical application of this example. Next one. If food was unavailable before Yom Tov, or someone did not have time to prepare it before Yom Tov, he may prepare it on Yom Tov, even if the same result could theoretically have been achieved on that day before. So maybe, I don't know what happened, food was not available, somebody brought it to him or to her. So it's also possible sometimes when people combine. And I saw this, I love this in Jerusalem, Yerushalayim. It's very interesting, right? So people, Friday night, everybody goes like walk around on the street. There is Eruv, of course. We stayed in religious neighborhoods, of course, Baruch Hashem, and everybody walk around with containers, like containers, like glass containers. They would come to somebody, like get together with a company. I don't know, several couples, families, whatever, and everybody's going to contribute because the food is very expensive there, very, very expensive, much expensive where I live. Meat is cheaper, fish maybe a little cheaper, but cheese cheaper, but other foods expensive. Vegetables for sure expensive there where I live. Yes. So then people, of course, there are many not rich people, and they would combine. So they would walk around with these containers, bring food. So sometimes maybe this food is not available, not is completely cooked, and this and that. So they that would be exception as I see in this case. Okay. So continue. Even if one purposely put off the preparation in a certain food item for Yom Tov, he may do melach on Yom Tov in an unusual fashion, as we'll see in the future chapters. So now this person goes against Rashi and Rambam, right? So Rashi and Rambam said if you had the opportunity to do it before and it would not affect the taste, so that's what you must do. Well, not only taste, the quality, right? The quality. So that's what you must do. So, but since there is a different opinion, and so we would allow, but only with a shinui, right? Some things are only allowed with a shinui, meaning deviation from a regular way. Okay, so we finish chapter 2. Any questions on what we said on the summary before I continue?
Rabbi?
Yes, go ahead.
So what would be a bigger mitzvah to, let's say, look forward to preparing a dish that is going to be ready before Yom Tov, so that the person can enjoy more time on Yom Tov, or to prepare a dish that is going to be a little bit more complex, but rather more delicious and has to be prepared during Yom Tov? Which of these two would be like a better thing to do, like a bigger mitzvah?
I think the first one, because tell you what, when the Yom Tov comes, there is special aura in the air, as we learned in the introduction of this book. So this average food is going to taste even better. So it's not probably Yom Tov, especially when you go to shul. So it's so short. It's like as I said a few times, like when I go to Israel, it's when only one day I suffer. I don't know how is it possible to do it one day. So just when understand, many Yom Tov starts after nightfall, right? Like Pesach, others like Shavuos for sure. After nightfall, because you have to count complete 50 days, right? For 49 days, for 50th day. So it's very late. By me, it's approximately like 9:30. You finish it. It's 11. Then you have to get up. The prayer starts at 8 something, right? You wake up 2 hours before, like you wake up 6, you go there, you come back 11:30 or something, you eat, like it's already, I don't know, 1 p.m. Short nap, sometimes there is no time for nap, then you get up and learn a little few hours, then you go back to the shul. I mean, where exactly you're going to cook? I have no idea. You understand? And I live not far from the shul, like maybe 15 minutes walk. I mean, I have closer shul, but I like that one. You understand? So I'm not sure when people say when they're going to cook, when they're going to cook. Right? And even for women, so my wife, of course, she does not go to shul. Women should not go to shul. But even if she's like, when we finish, like even 10:30, whatever we finish, she wants to sleep. And when she wakes up, she prays in the house. So that's it. It's almost time to serve the meal. So there is no really time. Like just prepare like simple salads. Do whatever salads, whatever egg salads. Maybe it's fresher, but that's it. There is not that much time. So I'm not sure when people say they cook on Yom Tov, what exactly do they mean? Understand? So. And we don't wash dishes, and we don't do any preparation. So I'm talking about like 99%, everything is ready. That's it. And still there is like a very tight schedule. Understand? So, okay, very good. Any other questions before we continue? So that's okay. So continue. We start in a new chapter, number 3. And very interesting. That's very important topic, and we're going to learn a lot from this. Beezrat Hashem. The topic is principle of Mitoch. Okay, the meaning of Mitoch. We learned in the previous chapter that it is permitted to perform certain Melachos of Yom Tov for the purpose of food preparation, Ocheil Nefesh. Okay. This concept is considered considerably broader than the principle as Mitoch since. Okay. Since it states, so the word since, this melacha was permitted for the food related purpose, it was likewise permitted for a not food related purpose. That is, when the Torah permits the performance of the melacha needed for preparation of food, it is actually meant to permit the performance for any purpose. Now, it has been explained, see page 4, well, I mean not going to see, but let's see, that whichever melacha are performed under the rule of Ocheil Nefesh may be done for the sake of any common physical necessity. The principle of Mitoch states that these melachas may be done even for the purpose other than physical necessity. Should we continue? Okay, so let me do this example, and we're going to come back and explain these details. For example, transporting food from a public domain to the private domain. Melacha of Choitzol, where it is needed for consumption, is permitted on Yom Tov. Even transporting hot water to another domain, where it will be used for washing someone else's hands and face, is permitted under the rule of Ocheil Nefesh, since washing with the hot water is a common physical need. The principle of Mitoch permitted transporting items that are needed for any purpose on Yom Tov. Thus, one may carry the Sefer Torah into a different domain in order to read from it on Yom Tov. Okay, we stop here, going back, and we're going to explain every line. Beezrat Hashem. So the word mitoch is since. So meaning what? Since this is allowed, then this is allowed as well. Okay, so let's see, and we're going to explain. We learned in the previous chapter that it is permitted to perform Melachos on Yom Tov for the purpose of food preparation or Chol Nefesh. So, and we said all of the Melachos are permitted. Of course, we said exception to opinions, Rashi and Rambam, Rosh and Ran. Okay, some limitations. So, generally everything is permitted, but with limitations for food preparation. Okay. Continue. This concept is considerably broadened by the broadened by the principle Mitoch. So now this the word Mitoch is since. So it takes food preparation and adds all other things that are similar melachas to food preparation, which states that since the melacha was permitted, so this is concept of mitoch, permitted for food related purpose, it was likewise permitted for not food related purpose. So meaning if you need, as we said last example, but we're going to make another example. So if you need to carry something somewhere, so one of the 39 melachas that we're not allowed to do on Shabbos is we're not allowed to carry from one domain to another. So for example, even for some necessity for Shabbos. So the guests want to come to me, and we don't have enough chairs, and they want to bring the folding chairs, let's say from the house across. So they would not be allowed to carry this chair. All right, but on Yom Tov they are allowed to carry the chair. First of all, it's you're allowed to carry food, right, from one domain to another for sure. Right, and you're allowed to, and you would be allowed to carry from public domain to private domain, from private to public on Yom Tov as well. Right, even non-food items that are needed for Yom Tov. So needed for Yom Tov is a keyword that we also always have to keep in mind. Okay, so similar melachas, but needed for Yom Tov. The reason when the Torah permits the performance of melachas needed for preparation of food, it actually meant to permit other performance for any purpose. Okay, so similar things, of course. Now it has been explained that Ocheil Nefesh are permitted under the rule that, now it is explained that whichever melachas are permitted under the rule of Ocheil Nefesh, so only those are permitted, may be done for the sake of any common physical necessity. So not only for food. So as an example, we gave a chair. So to sit on a chair, physical necessity. The principle of Mitoch states that these melachas may be done even for a purpose other than physical necessity. Okay, physical and not physical. Let's see. For example, transporting food from a public domain into a private domain. Right? So there is no problem, as we said. So it would be allowed to, as we said, this example, that they would bring food, and I think like in where I live, people usually don't do it, or they would like bring maybe one dish, like but in Jerusalem, like everybody, that's my guess, they live in small apartments, unless people are very rich. There is no much space to store the food and cook and stuff like that. So people try to cooperate, which is very adorable, I think. So, for example, transporting food from public domain to a private domain, right, where it is needed for a consumption, is permitted on Yom Tov. Okay. So he said that where is needed for consumption. So you're not allowed to just start carrying food for no reason, right? Potatoes from you have stored in some storage, and you want to bring them in your house, and it's for the next week. It would not be allowed. So, but potatoes from your storage into your house, it would be no problem. even for transporting hot water to another domain, where it will be used for washing someone's hands and feet. No, the face and hands. Actually, it does not say feet, but I think feet are also allowed to wash. So as it says Gemara, it's a common necessity for most of the people. So most of the people would wash their hands and face with a warm water at least. Not everybody would take shower every day, but this is common for among all of the people. And they would wash feet. Feet, especially in olden days when many people walk barefoot. So you need to wash your feet. Okay, so one second. It is permitted under the rule of Ocheil Nefesh, meaning to wash, to even transport this hot water, since the washing with the hot water is a common physical need, as we explained. The principle Mitoch permits, Mitoch again, since this is permitted, then this is also permitted. The principle Mitoch permits transporting items that are needed for any purpose on Yom Tov. Thus, one may carry Sefer Torah into different domain in order to read from it on Yom Tov. Or, for example, if you need a Sidur, you have a special muktzeh, special Sidur, you want to bring it to the synagogue, or for example, you come in over to your friends and you want to take to bring a book with you, of your notebook or something, so you want to say Dvar Torah, there is no problem, because it's for the needs of the Yom Tov, no problem whatsoever. Sometimes it would be the problem, sometimes to take it back. So because taking back is not for the need of Yom Tov. But we're going to discuss the solution to these issues. For example, if you the classic example, of course, is a Haggadah, right? So you went to somebody else's house for Pesach, and you brought your own Haggadah. That's normal. Everybody has their own favorite Haggadah. There is no problem. I don't know how many versions of Haggadah, not versions, but releases, with different commentaries, this rabbi, that rabbi. Like there is a classic ones, but there are some is very interesting with great rabbis over the history, right? So people would bring their own Haggadah. So okay, you read Haggadah, it's good, but who told you that you can take it back, right? Which is of course, as we understand, technically it's a problem. So the Pesach night, where the Seder finished, and until the next night, so let's say when we live in diaspora, you would not need Haggadah. So why you take it back? So it's like a preparation. It's not like it is a preparation for the next day. So it's a very good point. So I would say just say no. But if you're going to use this Haggadah at home, because in Haggadah, I don't want to say in all Haggadah, but in all that ISO, let's make it simple. So in all Haggadahs that I saw, there is Birchas Hamazon. So if you take it home, right, at night, you're going from your friends, and you take your home Haggadah. Why? Because I need Birchas Hamazon for tomorrow morning. So then there is no problem. But if you're not going to plan to use Haggadah until the night of the second night of Pesach, that's a big problem. So it's not for the Yom Tov. So again, to remind, for the needs of the Yom Tov, only for one day. The preparation for the next day, it's forbidden, it's a different melacha. Continue, part 2. Melachos to which this principle applies. So again, Mitoch, since this is allowed, then this is allowed too. There is a dispute among the authorities regarding the scope of this principle Mitoch. Some poskim rule that Mitoch applies to all melachas that are pertaining to food preparation. Other poskim, however, limit the application to specific melachas. In practice, we rely on the principle Mitoch in regard to the 4 melachas they are. Okay, so two opinions. So before we go to the list, so 2 opinions. One, some poskim said that it applies to all of the melach of food preparation. So okay, it's a lot. As we understand, there are so many steps for the food preparation. Okay, other poskim said that only specific melachas. So we go, but 4 we know for sure. Number 1, transporting from domain to domain, as we explained. So that would be allowed, right? Number 2, baking and cooking. So in baking and cooking, it would include, as we understand, all of the warming of water, right? So you want to wash your hands and your face with the warm water, so you can open your tap water. You don't have to use this water as we spoke about Shabbos, prepared before Shabbos. No, just regular water from your tap. And technically, you can wash dishes with that. We're going to see how exactly you're allowed to wash the dishes with warm water, but you are allowed. So next one, number 3, shchita, so slaughtering. So of course we're not going to slaughter anything, but it's actually a different application as well. We're going to see what we can do with the slaughtering. So slaughtering is maybe you can kill annoying incense, right? Incense. Next one, kindling. So kindling is a big one. Why? Because you need to kindle the candles for the next day. So if kindling would not be allowed, so you would not have candles for the next day. Very interesting. And sometimes people don't need to cook or anything on the first day, but they would like to cook on the second day of Yom Tov, right? So in this case, they would leave the fire somewhere in your side candle, for example. Right, and then from that your side candle you can start your stove. Of course, if it's gas stove and without electric sparks, of course. So electric stoves would not work in this case. Okay, so kindling is allowed. Continue. These 4 melachos may be done even for the purpose unrelated to physical needs. Okay. All other melachos that are permitted under the rule of Ocheil Nefesh may be performed only for the sake of fulfilling physical needs. Okay, so let me one more time read this melacha. Number 1, transporting from one domain to another, so which is forbidden on Shabbos, right? Number 2 is baking and cooking, is also forbidden on Shabbos, right? Number 3 is slaughtering, also forbidden Shabbos, and kindling also forbidden Shabbos. So all of these 4 forbidden Shabbos for sure, right? So those 4 like main ones. Of course, there are many derivatives from that, but those the top ones. So one more time, the last sentence, we said these 4 melachos may be done even for the purpose unrelated to physical needs, and we're going to see examples. All other melachos that are permitted under the rule of Ocheil Nefesh, meaning preparing food, may be performed only for the sake of fulfilling physical needs, meaning for cooking and baking. Continue. Part number 3. Any questions before we continue? Okay.
Rabbi?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Hello, thank you. I have 2 questions. One is about if we are we allowed to use the hot water? Because let me explain a little better. In Yom Tov, we have a previous fire lit, right?
Correct, yes.
Yes. Thank you, Rabbi. From that fire, we using a gas stove. Okay. We would. I don't know if I am incorrect. Please correct me if I am not right. When we turn on the stove, the gas stove, we turn off with hot water, boiling hot water, right? From a pan? No, is that not correct?
No. What's I think that there are two things that you're talking about. So let me before I answer, let me clarify. So usually what people do and what we do, we actually, if we decided to leave the stove on, so if you need to cook, especially when 3 days, sometimes you need to cook. You don't know how much food like prepare, and we have not such a big refrigerator, so you cannot feed everything in the refrigerator, stuff like that. So sometimes you need to cook a little. Whatever, some pasta, some things that cook fast, right? So like some not would not take too long time, or potatoes, something like would not require too much preparations, right? So we would leave this gas stove for all 2 days or 3 days, whatever is it. So it's going to lead all these times. What I was trying to say, maybe, so let me explain. I was trying to say, maybe when a person wants to save 1 day and not to have this stove like burned for the night. For sure, nobody is going to cook at night, and nobody is going to cook. Let's say you have food ready till the part of the day, right? So maybe until the night of the next day, maybe. So in order to save energy and everything, so you can not to light the stove, right, and light it whenever you need it for cooking. That's what I was referring to. But most of the people would leave it for 2 days and 3 days on a small flame. Of course, it's going to take much longer to cook something, but
Yes.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So first part, but second part, you said something about hot water. Can you explain? I didn't get it. What is it?
The proceed for turn off the stove.
No, what's that? No. What's that? You're not allowed to turn off the stove.
Exactly, that's my question about it, because I understood, but I am not, if I am wrong, that we should put a pan with hot
water,
with water,
yeah,
and let the pan boil, and let the water boiling, and when
we lost your audio. We lost the audio, but I got the question. So I'm sure maybe bad connection or something. So the question is how to put off the burner, right? This fire. So it's only like I don't want to say trick, but it's allowed procedure, like because it is indirect. But usually people don't do it. Just let it burn for till the end of the Yom Tov. But what she's saying, if need to. So for example, some people are very nervous, and I had many students over the years, especially ladies. So they are so concerned about leaving the candles burning, right, at night, and for Friday night they cannot go to sleep. They're very nervous. They would put it in a sink, like I'd say that it's very disturbing. I would like it's disrespect to the mitzvah. Of course, there is some trays, metal trays, or you can do whatever you say, glass trays, or whatever you do with the walls like around, so it's not going to, like, even the candle is going to fall. So we have a few times, like when the candle fell, and actually we use olive oil for some candles, and this glass, these cups where you put the olive oil, that gets so hot sometimes they explode. Just so you know, and we go in there, we buy good quality. It's not like cheap things, right? The good quality, and still, like, after time, I don't know how, like, I don't want to say randomly, from time to time they do explode. So we have something underneath, in case it explodes, it's going to fall on the tray, and that's it. It's not going to go further. So that's the purpose of the tray. So some people are very nervous, and they for example, a woman would not feel uncomfortable. She wants to go to the shul. She wants to go to visit her mother, whatever, right? And she cannot go because there is a stove is still burning. So in this case, just to have peace of mind, what do we do? So you can have put like pot of water, pot with water, regular water. like up to the brim, like up to the top, let it boil, and when it boils, like it spills over, and it's going to extinguish the fire, and then you're allowed to turn off the fire, because you're not doing any melacha, you're not doing anything forbidden. There is like, you just close the gas, right? There is no longer fire. So is it allowed? Yes, it is allowed in cases of the need, right? Yes. So only in cases of the need, but usually, again, cases of the need, if somebody is nervous, so maybe for there is maybe somebody is funny, like you would say, so many millions of people for all of these years that they burn the candles of Shabbos candles, nothing happened, but something happened to you. But some people don't have peace of mind, and it's very disturbing for them. You understand? So we have to understand, and so what we would advise to people like that to buy shorter candles, right? There is no problem. There is you can buy 3 hours candles, or you can maybe even better. You can buy, if you do with oil. It doesn't have to be olive oil. Some people, they live in different countries, so olive oil for them it's like gold. So they have sunflower seeds oil. It's much cheaper, 7 times cheaper. Whatever for them. For us, where I live, it's like totally opposite. It's 3 times expensive or 4 times expensive. Where I live, this flower seeds oil than the olive oil. Olive oil is nothing, like very good quality, right? So what we advise them to put a little oil, and they can calculate during the day how much oil to put, so what they would be comfortable. So they know that, for example, my meal takes 1 hour and a half. So from the beginning of the, like let's say they don't go synagogue yet. Let's say, I mean, we look at all of these scenarios. So they lit the candles. Let's say some people even don't pray in the beginning, right? So we say, okay, you lit the candles. You say the prayer, she said the prayer. Let's say they're not going to do anything else, maybe sing Shalom Aleichem. So basically they need 2 hours. So candles burn 3 hours, let's say usually Shabbos candles. So we advise to put them a little oil, and let's say that would burn 2 hours to have peace of mind. So right. So I mean, when I told them that they were so relieved, this couple, because people were making fun of them, this and that. They say it's not true, this and that. So I mean, we have to understand people have different things. So just to have peace of mind, like it's very simple. Then they get adopted. After they see that it's been burned for so many years, nothing happened. Then they can leave the candle, and go to sleep. No problem. But proper, of course, to be on the safe side and have some kind of tray, metal tray or glass tray or something that is not going to burn. Of course, not wood tray or something, not plastic even. Right. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you,
You're
Rabbi.
welcome.
I have another question about this boiling water. That we use it for extinguish the stuff. Okay, if we can use, if it would be possible to use this hot water for putting into a hot water bottle for warm the hands or the feet, or because I live in a place very cold for me, and that's a bit problematic because I can't use electric, anything electric that can warm the bed or my hands, or using the fire directly. So can we use that hot water?
Yes, you can use this hot water. It's better. Would be better to use this hot water for something, because otherwise it would be directly to extinguish the fire, right? But if you can use this hot water that you use to extinguish the fire, also to drink tea or make a hot water bottle, so there is no problem. Yeah, there is no problem whatsoever. That would be for a physical comfort, for enjoyment. There is no problem. You can even do, you can even use it on Shabbos. Even though in Chol HaMoed it says, somebody tried to correct me. I like these people. So I mean, some people just read the topic, said don't learn inside. So it is true. It says in Chol HaMoed that we're not allowed to use these hot things. I don't remember what they call to put on the stomach, but because why? It was before the hot water bottle things, right? It was like open this container. I'm not sure, and of course it was much before my time. It was some containers that is open, so we were afraid that the water is going to spill, maybe some hot pot. I'm not sure what was it. So we were afraid that it's going to spill and burn the person, right? So not to put on their stomach. But after these hot water bottles were invented, so there is no problem. It's very safe, very safe. Okay. So very good. Any other questions on what we said? Okay. So let me see. Okay. So let's continue. So it's actually a shorter paragraph. Chapter. I mean. Okay. So part number 3: restrictions. Although the principle Mitoch permits the performance of the melacha listed above for the purpose unrelated to Ocheil Nefesh, 2 restrictions apply. Okay, so of course there is always restrictions and always exceptions. A. Melacha may be performed only to fulfill Yom Tov needs. There is to enhance the enjoyment of Yom Tov, or to make it possible the performance of mitzvah. For example, it is permissible to wheel baby carriage and to carry lulav to the synagogue through the public domain. Let's stop here and let's try to understand. So everything that is allowed based on this concept of mitoch sins, right? It's only what you need for Yom Tov to fulfill the mitzvah or enjoyment, or this, as we said, this hot water bottle for physical comfort, right? So of course. Right, and the example would be carriage, baby carriage. So otherwise on Shabbos you would not be allowed unless you have Eruv, right? Or carry lulav to the synagogue. So the lulav is also not such an easy thing. So if not such an easy thing to get it back, to get it back home. So you can only rely on some exceptions. So straightforward, like you shug the lulav and esrog in a synagogue, right? In the morning, that's it. So you would not need it until the next day. So unless you have a family and unless you have a guest who wants to shake it also in your house, then there is no problem. You're allowed to take it back. But otherwise, it's not so simple to take it back. Right? It would be like preparation for the next day. It's not for a Yom Tov need. Continue. It is prohibited, however, to do any of the melacha listed. 1 second. Above, if they do not produce benefit needed for Yom Tov. So everything else, like not for a benefit of Yom Tov, not allowed. Thus, one may not carry the office key through the public domain, since he does not need the key on Yom Tov. We will elaborate on these specifics, on what is defined legitimate Yom Tov need in chapter 15. So, and sometimes that's actually very common. So people would have some key ring, and there is 17 keys. I'm not sure from what all of these keys, and from garage and from office, from their private plane. I don't know, from somewhere. So of course you're not allowed to carry, even though you would be allowed to carry key on Yom Tov for Yom Tov needs, because otherwise you would not leave a home without locking the door, right? So you allowed to carry the key, but you're not allowed to carry all of the keys. So all the other keys are actually muktzeh. Your car key, your work key, all of the other keys, they're 100% muktzeh. So make sure that you have your Shabbos key, like a separate key, whatever minimum amount of keys that you need. If you live in a building, maybe from downstairs, from maybe, 2 doors, 3 doors, whatever you have doors, and from your apartment, that's it. No more. All other keys are extra. So make sure that you have separate copies of the key. Continue. B. Melachos may be performed on Yom Tov only to produce benefit that is common for most of the people. So that's very, very important rule also. So yes, you're allowed to do that, and that is common for most of the people. So most of the people would find it necessary. For example, as we said, washing hands and face with warm water. Yes, most of the people find it necessary but to take shower and bath every day, no, it's not necessary for most of the people. Doing the melacha to produce benefit that is required daily, but only minority of people, is not permitted. So of course we're going to see examples. So only if special people like very specific in some activities, so it would not be permitted. And the example that we learned in our class of Chillul HaShem, the laws of Shabbos, was actually about filtering, right? So for example, you have a filter under like your sink. Have this filter, so you're not going to disconnect it. So it says, so the question is asked, are you allowed to use it? And they say, yeah, it depends on you. Yeah, it depends on me. What is it? So if you're not going to drink this water without the filter, so you're very, they call it finicky person, very specific person, finicky person. Right? So I'm not going to drink the water from the tap, right? So in this case, this water is impure to you, right? It's impure. So and this you must have this filter to make it pure. So then it is like a separation, sorting, and it's not allowed, for sure, right? But if person said, okay, I can use like with the filter, without the filter, I don't care. I just want water. So like maybe a little better with the filter, but to say that I would not use it without the filter. Right, so for this person, it is allowed to drink the water with a filter. So you understand. So just because of my minority, some like my minority of the people insist on their own way, it's not does not dictate halacha. Okay, so they give different example. An example of such a melacha is carrying medicine outdoors. So not all of the people need to carry medicine, right? But some people, they have diabetes, so they have to have a candy or some I don't know, some shot or something, right? For like medicine. Since medicine is not daily requirements for most of the people, carrying in the public domain cannot be permitted simply on the basis of mitoch. So that's I think it's a brilliant example, right? You like, yes, for you it's very important to have this medicine, but and it is allowed to carry on Yom Tov, but not the medicine. Because why? Because most of the people are not going to not to use the medicine on Yom Tov. Okay, we can stop here. So I'm going to stop. I like this idea to stop before the summary. So next time, Beezrat Hashem, we're going to start with the summary of what we learned today. I think it's very refreshing. Okay. So any questions on what we said? Or we did not say, any topic? Yes. Okay, go ahead.
I have one question about, a few questions. One is about, I didn't know that we can use candles fueled by sunflower oil, but I tried to start a fire with this kind of oil. It doesn't get lit on fire. No.
What's up? You don't, 1 second. You don't lit the oil. You lit the wick, right? This thing that you put inside. It's made of cotton or something. I'm not sure what it's made of. Whatever we buy it from the store. It's like a metal thing on top or on the bottom. So if you want, I can show maybe in the next time if somebody wants to see. Or you just type candle wicks and they sell it separately. You can do it yourself, right? And you put oil and put inside of this oil this wick, and you fire the wick. So wick is burning. So and it's absorbed the oil, so oil goes up to the wick. The oil is not burning, like directly, indirectly through the wick. And that's actually how you burn. I think most of the oils are going to burn like that. I mean, maybe there is exception, but I'm not aware of it. Okay, go ahead.
And about the length of the candles, because I was listening in this class that like people get nervous about the Shabbos candles getting being burned overnight, but
Yes.
why don't they use candles that extinguish immediately?
I didn't get the point. Why don't they use separate candles that do not get extinguished immediately? That's the question.
Yes, for example, the duration of the candle, like being the duration, like the whatever is the duration of the Shabbos dinner, and that is extinguished after that.
No. Okay. So there is a special section, separate section in Shol HaMoed, and they say was that you're not allowed to put the candles next to the window. Why? Because I mean, in the summer, the gas wind can come and they extinguish the candle, or you cannot put a candle like in a window or whatever behind the door. Somebody is going to enter into the door. They're going to extinguish the candle. So those things are not allowed. But what we said that there is a way to regulate how long these candles are going to burn. For example, we have this big tray, and we use candles. And since I go to synagogue until I go there, till we pray, he'll come back, this and that, sing songs. So it's like maybe half an hour left to the candles. So it's not a big deal. So somebody is always there. But it's not the point. I mean, we leave it be. Even when the Hanukkah. So since we live on a second floor, so it's everything is visible. So we leave it for many hours to burn. You understand? So we will go to bed, and the Hanukkah would continue burning. Okay.
So. Is there any problem to use candles that will deplete just after the Shabbos dinner?
No, you're not allowed to extinguish anything. That's the thing. That's what we were talking about earlier. You're not allowed to extinguish. To kindle on Yom Tov, yes, because it's a Yom Tov need. You're obligated to light the candles from pre-existing flame. As we're going to have on this Yom Tov, Rosh Hashanah, if I remember correctly, maybe I'm mistaken. I think it's on Shabbos and then Sunday, Shabbos and Sunday. Maybe I think. So the next night is going to the second night is going to be Havdalah together with Kiddush. So we're not allowed to extinguish this Havdalah. So in regular days, like after Shabbos ends, what you do? You extinguish Havdalah, you pour wine, and that's it. But not on this day. You're not allowed to extinguish on Yom Tov. So what do? We put two candles, 2 weeks together. It is Havdalah. When we finish with procedure of Havdalah, we just put them in the candlesticks and they continue burning. That's it. No extinguishing.
So for how long must these Shabbos candles must shine?
Okay, so they say, as they say, like preferably until the end of the dinner, right? So, but at least, but if somebody cannot, whatever, it's maybe they're more expensive. These candles people cannot afford for whatever reason. So at least like the bigger part of the dinner. Shabbos dinner. So meaning it's not too much, like 2 hours, maybe. So the standard candles were like in our stores it's 3 hours, like standard. And then if you want to upgrade, so you have 4 hours and 5 hours. There I saw even 7 hours. That's a very Hasidic candle, right? But like on one hand it's very good, but on another hand, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but are they going to say Shema on time? That's this thing. You understand? There is a certain period of time in the morning when you have to say Shema. If you Shabbos like for 7 hours, Okay, but what time you're going to get up? That's the issue. That's a big issue. So we always have to balance, even though you have to enjoy Shabbos and prolong, but prolong with the proportions, because you cannot prolong and then desecrate another mitzvah. Not an expense of other mitzvahs, basically. Okay. What else? Yeah, go ahead.
Other question about Shabbos is it not allowed to put off a fire because of not being careful? So that is immediately punishment of lighting a fire on Shabbos?
Lighting? You said extinguishing. I don't understand. What is it?
Yeah, because someone who's not careful and leaves something flammable can catch fire on Shabbos.
Okay.
And then, for example, somebody starts a fire in the house, it's not allowed to put off this fire. So maybe is this a punishment for violating Shabbos in this manner?
I'm not sure if Hashem usually that does not work this way, but practically speaking, so when it says that we're not allowed to extinguish the fire, we're not allowed to pour water on the fire, right? But we're allowed to extinguish indirectly. What is it indirectly? So you have, let's say today's very popular is plastic buckets, right? So you have this plastic bucket. So let's say they fire somewhere on the floor, right? Something fell on the floor, they burn. So you can fill this plastic bottle and put next to the fire. Well, if you fill it with water, the fire is going to burn the bucket. It's going to explode and extinguish the fire indirectly. There is no problem whatsoever. Or put wet towels around the fire, so it's not going to continue and they stop. Also,
would we allowed to use a fire extinguisher?
No. This is directly. If you want to do around with fire extinguisher, there is a problem with fire extinguisher. So technically, if there is no danger to life, you're not allowed to put a fire, unless as I said, like this indirect ways. So when I have this bottle or something, like from juice or something, right, empty bottle, and I pour water and I put next to the fire comes like 2 minutes later, the bottle explodes and all water extinguishes the fire. There is no problem whatsoever. It's indirectly. I did not do anything directly, so this would be allowed. But to pour from the bottle into the fire is not.
So in regard to this, is it a sin to let, for example, I think it's called a frying pan next to a flame, but it was like in a distance that you couldn't think that it could catch fire? And what if this thing catches fires on Shabbos or Yom Tov? Is it this transgression, big sin?
Right. On Yom Tov, there is no problem whatsoever, since you're allowed to cook. So this is not a muktzeh. You understand? So you're allowed to move around, right? And one of the ways to extinguish the fire, maybe to cover with something. It would be right.
Because at the sides of a frying pan, usually is flammable remainings of oil.
Of oil, yes.
If you let this frying pan next to a flame on Shabbos, thinking that it is far enough that it is not going to catch fire.
We don't have an open flame. So a very important point, we don't have open flames on Shabbos. It is forbidden to have open flames. You have blech. There is a metal sheet of aluminum that you cover. So because you're not allowed to even warm up the food without this blech. So there are two ways how to warm up the food according to Gemara. One is it's in old stoves, right, to remove all of the coils from inside. So there is no way for you to increase the fire. You're not going to do anything. So or they say over to put these coils right inside with the ashes. So to show I'm not interested in cooking. So this what we do today is like second approach with the ashes, meaning I have fire and I cover with a sheet of metal, meaning that I show to everybody and remind to myself I'm not allowed to cook on Shabbos. So there is no open flame in Shabbos. Most likely. It's a very exceptional situation, somebody forgot this and that, but most likely there is no open flame. And it's very low temperature, you have like on the minimum.
I'm talking about these exceptional situations that it was lit, or the blech doesn't reach that area, and for some reason it was lit on Shabbos, and it caught fire, the frying pan.
Yes.
So that would be a sin.
I mean, if you don't do anything, if you're not going to extinguish, there is no sin. Because you're inactive in this case. You understand? There is no sin in this case. Yes.
So you cannot move the pan. You must let to consume the remainings of this oil that catch fire.
So since technically it's not a muktzeh as itself, because you're allowed, for example, if you're allowed to warm up something on that, so you're allowed to move this frying pan, even though it is burning. So what are you going to do with that? It's a different story. So as I said, maybe like do some fire indirect, some extinguishing indirectly, so the water would come by on its own, not through you.
Okay, finally I have a question that's not related to anything.
Okay, go ahead.
Can we open a banking app in the phone just immediately after waking up to extract some sum of money from investment fund?
So if it's a pressing need, meaning for example, unless you do it now, they're going to raise change the rates, they're going to close the banks, something is going to happen. Yeah, it would be allowed, but otherwise, it actually says in Shulchan Aruch, you're not allowed to do your own business, take care of your business until you talk to Hashem, till you pray. So that's a proper way. So, but there is an exceptional situation. They say, for example, in olden days, we're talking about olden days, when the market on Friday was like very early in the morning. These people, non-Jews, they would come, bring their produce to sell early in the morning, like 5 a.m. in the morning. They're there, or 6 a.m. and they sell in 1 hour. They go. That's like in a small village. So in your prayer, it's 6:30 or 7. So of course you're allowed to go like in the morning to take care of the business and then go and pray. But proper if it's not going to affect anything. So it's proper to pray and then to go and take care of the business. So at least and in the present circumstances, you're allowed at least say all of the morning blessings. You're obligated to say a blessing on learning Torah, Shema, at least for the first paragraph, and then you're allowed to take care of the business. So some people need to leave, to be on the road somewhere, like to go out of the city, and then they can pray with a peace of mind. So it would be allowed. Or sometimes like people go to airport like very early, right? So they prefer to drive there or take a cab or something very early to the airport and pray in the airport. So okay, there is no problem. But proper do it in the right direction. Hashem first, and then all others are going to wait. Yeah.
Yes, it's because this type of investments have limited hours. No, it's not 24 hours a day. So that was exactly the case.
Okay, yeah. As you said, if it's limited hours, so you have only like 2 hours to move your funds from this one to this one, and it would be allowed. Yes. But if it's possible to say all of the morning blessings, what takes exactly 5 minutes and Shema, so better do that. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Very good questions. Okay. So, who else?
Rabbi.
Yes.
So for Havdalah right after Shabbat, since this Yom Tov is landing on Shabbat, and then Havdalah is gonna happen. We're still on Yom Tov, so we shouldn't, because I don't want to use the regular Yom Tov candle that I have. Can I use another candle?
Okay.
So I can
Yes. One second. First of all, yes, there are two. First of all, you have to finish Shabbos, and then you can light the candles. You understand? So until you do Havdalah, until you do separation of Shabbos, you're not allowed to light the candles. You have to finish Shabbos. You understand? And then I was asked this question a few weeks ago. So there is no limit on the number of the candles that you have. So there, of course, minimum amount is one candle on Shabbos. Properly to have two candles is Shomor v'Zachor, two mitzvahs. If people have family, couple have family, for each kids it's proper to have one more candle for each neshama. So, but if you want to lit 5 candles, you want to lit 7 candles, nobody should stop you. You understand? So it could be more than 2. So and then it's proper to have this Havdalah, as you said. It's actually a good point. It's proper to have Havdalah like separate candles, and then to make a blessing on the different candles. Yes.
And these Havdalah candles, it could be like because I have a Havdalah candle that it's lasted for a while. So
No.
Just get another one that's short.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. Whatever. You the only problem that you're not allowed to extinguish. That's it. Any length, whatever you need. So just to say Havdalah, say the blessing on the fire, and that's it. So okay. Maybe on the tea lights. I'm not sure how is it comfortable to hold the tea lights. I'm not sure. We never tried that, but shorter candle. Just but you have to make sure you have a place to hold to put them right after that, because you're going to have hold 2 candles. So you cannot do preparations after. So you may make sure that you have a place to put them, and that's it. Start your Havdalah. That's you're welcome. That's only exception, but otherwise you do regular Havdalah. But since it's Shabbos goes to Yom Tov, so that's okay. Go ahead. Question, please. Yes.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yes.
My question is that candles are muktzeh, right?
Candles are muktzeh?
Are muktzeh, right?
On one second.
Yes.
On Shabbos, yes. On Yom Tov, no. Because on Yom Tov, you're obligated to light candles. That's why we said today the laws of kindling. So kindle this mitoch, since it is allowed to kindle the fire if you need to cook. For example, you thought that you have enough food that something, God forbid, spoiled, or you have more guests and your husband has a better appetite, he ate everything. So you're allowed to cook. You didn't plan to cook, but now you're allowed to start cooking. And right, and mitoch, since you're allowed to kindle your stove, so you're allowed to kindle the candles for Yom Tov use. So it's for sure they're not muktzeh. But because there is a need for that day. But on Shabbos there is no need for candles. So that's why they're muktzeh.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. Yes, and that's why. Just one second. I just want to finish. So on Shabbos, once these candles stop burning, so you cannot move them around. That's it. So this candlestick, that's it. Candle holders, not candlestick. The candle holders. But on Yom Tov, for example, you want to have it on a table. Have it on a table, then move to a counter because you need to clean the table, rearrange the table. There is no problem because then they're not muktzeh. Okay, go ahead.
Exactly.
Yes.
That was the second part of my question, because I always was so wondered about how to move from the existent fire to the candles of the Yom Tov. For example, in Sukkot, that's for days.
Oh, we lost the audio. Okay, so we lost the audio, but let me answer the question. So the question was, I think, so then we'll see if it was exactly the question. How do you light from pre-existing fire? So pre-existing fire means that you take a match. So they sell like longer matches, like I don't know, this long. Some of them this long, whatever, and then you can light the match from the yard side candle, or from if you have a gas stove burning, there is no problem. You can take it from there, and you can go to another room and light your Yom Tov candles. Right? There is no problem. If you have a sukkah, for example, somebody lives in a building, they have a balcony, right? The terrace, and there is nothing on top. Very important, nothing on the top. So that's a Jewish style balcony. So if you look at like in religious neighborhoods, so it would be like one like this. So never one on top of the other. Never one on top of the other, because of the sukkah, right? So that's the thing. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Rabbi. Yes, because I don't have this long
matches.
match.
So you can take any piece of wood, any piece of wood, and like light there, and bring to this to the another place. There is no problem whatsoever. Take candles, candle not a good idea, because it must be burning. But if you want to use this candle, like to burn, you can light this candle from a gas stove, let's say, and then you use it one of your two Yom Tov candles. There is no problem whatsoever. No problem.
Perfect.
Right, and from that candle you light another candle, and that's it. Or you have 3 candles. Some people like 3 candles, whatever you like. Actually, on Yom Tov, many people prefer 3 candles, because to make it to be like different from Shabbos, but it's not. There is no such obligation. Just so you know, that's only like custom for some people.
Perfect. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
you're welcome. So anything, you can do anything to transport the fire. The only thing that you are not allowed to extinguish that thing. So what we have, some metal container, whatever is it, from what is it, aluminum foil, you have from whatever, some fancy schmancy container that is not going to burn. So you put that there, this piece of wood or this match, and let it extinguish by itself. You're not allowed to extinguish. That's it.
Yes, perfect.
You're
I
welcome.
will have
You're-
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. What else? Anybody else? Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Rabbi.
Yes.
Rabbi, so let's say somebody they didn't take upon themselves anything. They didn't say like they're going to. Let's say somebody who wants to keep Shabbat earlier, 1 hour earlier. They don't say anything, but they start, accepting Shabbat earlier, 1 hour before. Are they obligated to start keeping Shabbat earlier from that time on, or no?
No. If you say, look, it's in the summer, I want to do it early, because I don't want to live till wait till 9:30 p.m. Let's say, to light the candle. So I want 9:30, maybe 8:30. I'm not sure. It depends on the region where the person lives. So I want to, as you said, start the earliest you can start 1 hour and a quarter before the sundown. So it's pretty much early. So it's like, and until the nightfall, it is a few hours before the nightfall, right? So of course you're allowed to do that. And if you say, like, even mentally, if you say, look, because in the June, July, whatever this longer period of time, that's what I want to do, but not in the winter. So that's it. You're not obligated. So, but it's very important, as we said before, with all of this nidarim, with all of this obligation. Just always say, so I'm not going to do any any like nether. I'm not going. I'm not promising. I'm not accepting upon myself any responsibility. I'm going to try, see how it goes, but I want to stop whatever I want to stop. So in this case, there is no problem whatsoever. But once when person did not say so, right? Did not say so, and he did something for 3 times, so it becomes chazakah. It's like certainty that 4th time we expect him to do so. So when you do it somebody favor, so you help your neighbor to unload his car for 3 times. So the 4th time, guess what? He's going to look at your window. Where is this guy? He's not coming. What's going on? You understand? So it's 3 times. But if you say bli neder, no problem. Bli neder without obligation. And it's proper also to have intention when we're going to pray on I think it's on Yom Kippur. There's the first prayer, right? It's renouncing all of the vows, right? So and there is a special part. I think it's a prayer on Yom Kippur when it say, if I'm going to make obligation, like if I'm going to do neder, I accept on myself. I'm stating now it should not be counted as obligation. So when you say these verses, have to be like full kavanah. That's what I want to do. Even if I do something 3 times, it should not be counted as obligation. I don't want it. I'm saying right now. I know myself, and it's actually in every muktzeh. Ashkenaz, Sfar, doesn't matter. It's everywhere. So but you have to pay attention to the words. Okay, what else? Okay, so okay, let's go. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Rabbi. Yeah, I have a few questions, but I'm going to make just 2 that I think that's like the most important because we have a lot of overtime already.
Okay.
Yeah, in regards to witchcraft, I mentioned before, like witchcraft is a very, it's like a thing here in South America. It's like very common, unfortunately. People here, instead of having like a primary care physician, they have like a primary care sorcerer. It's very unfortunate. But the thing is, what happens if a person invites over someone that does these things to his house? Is that gonna be counterproductive for this person and for his house or something, or does this person have to do something specific inside the house that he gets in or something like that?
So this sorcery is taking its power from the spirits of impurity. Just so you know, so it is alive and well, and it's very dangerous. You understand? So we're trying to stay away from this as far as possible. So if it's possible to avoid such a people to come to your house, so that's what you have to do. If you need to say indirect lie, something like vague lie, so that's better to do that. Not to put it in that situation. Not to allow these people into your house. For example, when you move into a new house, there is a special procedure, Hanukkah Sabais, like sanctification of the house. So at least a minimum, right? You have to like paint the walls or something, because the spirits of the impurity, especially if people, and we're not talking about people that they did witchcraft, like regular people. Still, they have a lot of impurity from their life. So you have to refresh the whole house because of that. Because it resides on the wall. And yeah, you understand? So it's proper not to have contact with these people. Can they create damage? And unless you're very, very holy, yes, they can. So we're trying to limit all our contacts. So they go this way. So there are a few people that I know. So like they go this way. So I see from the far, they live on my block. They're going my way, so I cross the street, even though I go to different direction, doesn't matter. So I look at the window, I look at the floor, I look at somebody's flowers, and look at the bushes, so I no eye contact on the different side of the road. people with very bad energy, very bad aura, very disgusting character traits. Like even I never spoke to these people, but I heard them on the street, the way they talk to others. So okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. What else?
Well, what happens in the case that I mean, I am not the one that has to invite this person over. I live with more people here where I am right now. They are the ones that have to invite this person over that I know is a lot into these things. Like she's this woman like very knowledgeable about these things, and I don't want her to get here, but I don't think there's much that I can do besides like persuading some people, like telling them a few things. But I don't know. What would be like the right way to pursue someone about these issues without like getting like, I don't know, too aggressive or something like that? Just what would be like the right way to kind of tell people these things, kind of inform people about these things?
It's not, you have to understand, it's not such an easy thing to do, right? Because as you said, it's part of the culture, and many people don't see anything wrong about it. So they would look at you as you're not normal. You understand? So instead of going to the doctor, they go into this person, and many times it helps, or does not help. But well, let's say it helped even 1 out of 1,000 people, and they make a story about it, and he brags, and they say, no, it's I have a friend of a friend. So this story that I know a few stories that is told like totally different. One is about guy, one is about a girl, but everybody claiming, all of these people claiming that they know somebody who knows somebody, and they're their friend or their father. Oh, okay. So that's how the stories travel. And so now to convince these people not to have them over, are they going to listen to you? Maybe not. I don't think so. So we have to devise some plan maybe for you not to be there, right? Or close the room, close the door, have a headache. Yeah, for this you have to be nauseous from this discussing things. You understand? So if you say that you don't feel well, it would be true, right? So yeah. So I like for example, somebody would invite me to a meal in a synagogue somewhere in the middle of whatever. It's not nice people, but I have my own schedule. So I said, no, I am on a diet. Doctor put me on a diet. Okay, so doctor put it. What diet? I said diet. Do you need to know about all the diets? People get confused, right? But who is the doctor? Rambam told me, right? Rambam told me not to sit with scoffers, not to sit with clowns. So and unless I want to lose my olam haba. Okay, since I don't. So doctor told me who is the doctor. Big doctor told me. He put me on a special diet. What diet? The diet of the Torah, not loshen hora and empty talk and wasting life. So that's doctor told me, and everybody understand. Doctor told you. So that's what you're allowed to use. Did he say the truth? Yes. Did he say the doctor? Yes. Is he big doctor? Huge doctor. Did he tell you? He told you and all of the generations. Yes. That's holy Doctor Rambam. You understand? So yeah. So it's properly not to be there, but because it is impurity. It is impurity.
Yeah, that's wow. So what about? I mean, there's like a person here that I kind of think is more like receptive towards these things. Can I talk to this person and say like, okay, listen, like say something like strong, like listen, this person has like impurities, like spiritual impurity, and perhaps it's gonna be kind of productive here, not just for the place itself, but the people that live here as well. So yeah, can I talk to this person in order to like, try to achieve something, perhaps?
So if you have somebody who respects your opinion, who is going to listen, yeah, you can try to talk to. You can try to talk to, yes, absolutely. But remember that sometimes the conversation can spill over, and that person who is being invited can find out about this conversation as well. So you have to be very careful what you said. You understand? So as Rabbi Reuven Shlita told me many years ago, so he said, make sure whatever you say in private messages, be ready that sometimes, maybe one day it could be played out to the whole wide world. So if you're not ready to say that, don't say it. Because many people that contact me, I have no idea who they are. No idea. So, and somebody contacted me with 17 questions based on videos that I suggested. You understand? So if I say something wrong, they can make a clip out of it. They can make, I don't know. So I'm trying to be very careful what I say. So I have no word, I know what only phone number. That's it. So what is the phone number tells me? Nothing. You understand? So even this person who is receptive, maybe other side is more convincing, more people like to be popular, but people like to share things. You understand? So you have to in your mind you have to have a balance. Whatever you say, and a way out just in case this person would decide to share with others your conversation. Yes.
Thank you, Rabbi. Yeah, I think, due to the situation, I think I'm gonna have to run away from it.
So that's as well yesterday in this Chofetz Chaim book. Just do not be there. If you're there, you have to stop everybody and rebuke everybody and ask and beg, and they're going to make fun of you. I mean, it's not so simple to go against a group of the people, like-minded people. You understand? Especially when all of these ways of Yetzer Hara, they are one team. They've been together. They like whatever they do. So now, who said they're going to listen to it? Maybe, but to one person that you have, yeah, try to talk and see, try to start conversation from the far and see how receptive this person is.
Absolutely, thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this thing is gonna be, they're gonna come for dinner or something like that. It's gonna be a Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just planning it. Hopefully for it to be after Havdalah,
mm-hmm.
so I can do Havdalah here where I am and just flee somewhere else.
Yes, yeah. Go have fresh air. That's it. So it should be beneficial. You just take your headphones and listen to a class and read the book somewhere, and that's it. So it should be beneficial. Don't waste this time. Don't waste your time.
Yes, I have another question in
Go
regards
ahead.
to outfit, like Jewish outfit for people that have not converted yet. It's a person, like someone that is in a process of conversion, but not yet, on the last stages of it. Technically speaking, this person shouldn't even be allowed to look like a Jew yet, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
If this person is seen in a place which is questionable, let's say this person is seen in, I don't know, in a nightclub or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
is he gonna be punished for it? I don't know.
Exactly. Because you see, for people around, they do not understand he was converted on this way, on this day, or that day, and people in minds they have all of this. They don't keep track of the day, so they say no. He's actually I saw this Jew, so now they see this guy with a kippah, even though he went to this club 6 months ago. Let's say these Jews, they go to the clubs, right? So, but he was not a Jew. He was not allowed, doesn't matter. But yeah, I know, he was a Jew. I know. I saw them with the kippah. You did not see, but whatever they see. So it's a very, 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 very delicate subject. Person have to be aware of. You're representative of Hashem, so maybe not official now, maybe you're in training, but there are doctors in training also, volunteers in a hospital, but they represent the hospital. They cannot just yell at patients and curse them. You understand? Because just because they volunteer, they don't get paid. You understand? So you represent the Kodesh Baruch Hu, so you have to act a part. Okay.
So would this be considered Chillul HaShem even when the person is not Jewish yet? Like,
Yes,
very
so,
complex.
yeah, because again, so they would not connect the dots. It was, oh no, no, 1 second. He converted on this day, but you saw them in the summer, but he converted in the fall, but you didn't understand. Nobody's going to do this calculation. You understand? So they say, no, he actually converted 6 years ago. 6 years, yes, I know for sure. Yeah, I know for sure. So that's why we're not allowed. So sometimes like people overcharge or something. So some people start yelling and screaming. And this I went to dry cleanings, and then nice people, Chinese. Sometimes they give a wrong change. So I said no. I said sorry. No. It's I give you $20, $15, but you okay? Yeah, I'm sorry. So I don't think he did it on purpose. I said it nicely. Like maybe I cannot count, even though I know how much. Like whatever. But one lady came, like, and she started yelling and screaming at him. Unbelievable. So I said, Baruch Hashem, she's not Jewish. Otherwise, I would like, I don't know what I would do. Like I give you this example. We were flying in a plane, right? And long time ago, we have a special pass. Like we have this credit card, so they give you bonus. The only bonus that you can board the plane a little early before everybody, like special mile, whatever team, whatever it was, a long time ago. 15 years ago, right? So, and I had it for a few years. So, and they let us go like first, and we have a seat like closer to the end of the plane. So we go there. We have 2 carry-ons, and usually like people have more carry-ons in olden days. Now they check, they weigh, but in olden days nobody checked, nobody weighed. So people have more carry-on than room on top, right? And nobody wants to put it under the seat because it's not convenient, of course. So whoever comes first goes first. They take a room. Okay, right. So we went first with my wife, and we put our luggage on top. It was a lot of room because we were like closer to the end. And then come 5 Jewish ladies, religious Hasidic ladies, and there was no room to put the luggage. And this lady, like 1 and 2, they opened their dirty mouth on this poor stewardess, non-Jew. She see who they are. You understand how this fault of this poor girl, I don't know, like she's 20 years old, 25, I don't know, this young girl, she's red, she's blue, she's white, like how is it her fault that there is no room for a luggage? Just talk normally, just say, please, I apologize, I know I came late, I'm this, I'm that, could you see, maybe you can store some of my luggage? It's nice, but like why you like screaming at her? And then my wife wanted to sit next to the window, right? So there are three seats. So usually we tried like to sit like it's not if possible not to sit to another woman, right? It's not to sit to another woman. But if it says clearly, Halachos, it's very clear. If your wife is next to you, there is no problem whatsoever. Of course, we're not touching. There is two this hand bars like hand rest. Nobody's touching anybody. You understand? She has her seat, I have my seat. We just sit next to each other. My wife, so she's, and this lady, like after she yelled and spilled, like she did such a big Chol HaShem, like she said, maybe you want to switch with my wife. I said, stop. I don't want to talk to you. Like you're embarrassing to the whole nation. You understand? So in her mind, to yell at this poor stewardess, it was normal. But to sit next to the man, maybe it's not so normal. So, but I said, I told her, it's my wife. This lady is my wife, so there is no problem. So, okay. People are crazy. Of course, later on, I switched with my wife. She wants to see like a take off, but that's what it is. So it was big Chol HaShem. So not allowed. Even if they throw your luggage from the plane, not allowed to yell at these people. You understand? Even you right 100%. Still don't do it. Because that's how they're going to think about all of the religious people. That's it. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I have more questions. A couple cool questions that I want to save them for tomorrow.
Okay, so yeah, let's save it for tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
No problem. You're welcome. So thank you very much, everybody. Let's stop here. So if you have more questions, so let's save them for tomorrow, as Daniel said. And tomorrow we're going to learn kosher kitchen. So please join us same time. Thank you and good night.
Good night.